Georgie, you want to go riding? Ooh, come on. Come here. You gonna go on a trip? He's all excited. All right, tell Georgie be quiet now. I gotta do this video. Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday morning. Our adventure gets underway once again with Little Rascal 2. And I think we have a pretty interesting couple days lined up for us here. I have I have too much vacation, so I have to use up some vacation time. So I'm excited to go on a trip, and we're glad to have you guys along. This is, of course, a map of Northern California, and we are in Santa Rosa, and there it is relative to San Francisco, San Jose. Well, what we typically do is we go from Santa Rosa, we ride out, you guys have been along quite a few times, to Bodega Bay, but today, and I've been north with Bobby before, we've been all up in this, up in this area to Fort Bragg. This very terrible twisty roads coming over through here that some of the RVers on YouTube, Chris and G Travels, declared the worst stretch of road for nausea in America, and they're probably correct. But we're going to do something we haven't done before, which is the southern part. We're going to go across to Bodega Bay again. But instead of hanging around in Bodega Bay, we're going to head down south through Valley Forge, Fallon, Tamales, and all down along. This is all the San Andreas Fault here, and we're going to end up at the Point Reyes National Seashore down here, and we're going to see some sights over there. We're going to hang around the check out Olima, that little town. There's supposed to be some kind of retreat in there that's kind of interesting. There'll be. I haven't been here before. Point Reyes Station is supposed to be interesting. There's a place we're going to try to get to, the Tamales Bay Oyster Company, to get some oysters. So I don't know, and then tonight we'll have to figure out where we're going to boondock. So we have, I think it's a pretty exciting day today, and we're glad to have you guys along. And the Gorgermeister, you gonna go riding, huh? Ooh, come on, let's go. He's all excited there. So we're getting Little Rascal packed up. We're gonna wear sweatshirts because it's gonna be chilly over on the coast, and I'm gonna try to use a couple different cameras to try to get the Olympus camera moving, working more and more on this. It's you know, the GoPro's so convenient, it's so small, and it's so what would you say, non in your face, that it's easy to get dependent on it. But I want to be able to use some other cameras too, and some lenses to capture some of the experience. Are you gonna go riding? All right, guys, we'll see you when we get on the road. Took us a while to get all of our gear, and now officially we are on our way. So we'll see you when we get on the highway. We're gonna be going west to Bodega first. Once we get to the Bodega Bay and Highway 1, instead of going right to Bodega, we'll be going left down to along the coast for the first time ever. Going down there. So we're going to call this the San Andreas Fault trip here, huh? There we go. All right, we're so glad to have you guys. Yeah, let's go for the earthquake, because the San Andreas Fault runs right up through where we're going today.
Nice.
Major. So you'll be able to see, hopefully if we go on the earthquake trail, you'll be able to see some shifted earth and some other things. So I guess after we're done this tour, I reckon Missy Jan will be packing her shit again like 2 years ago and ready to head out of here. So
yeah,
we'll see. After we saw that movie San Andreas, Jen packed her bags that night. It's like, I'm out of here, you know. I don't need this stuff in
yeah, because I don't think that
even The Rock couldn't save you on that.
I don't think he'll be coming with his chopper to save us. I have serious doubts.
So we're kind of playing it by ear. I don't have a set sort of agenda. I know we're going to be on Highway 1. We need to pick up just a few. We're bringing provisions from home. We're getting better and better, so our actual spending per trip is going to be declining rapidly now because we have our base materials here that we need to adventure in.
Did we get the chicken?
I have the chicken in the, yes I do. I brought the chicken because tonight I'm going to be doing some fancy cooking. Wherever we are, if we're at a park or wherever we're set up, we'll be doing some fancy cooking tonight. I hope also to be able today, as I mentioned, to have some, Jen's not down with the whole raw oyster thing. She wants them cooked, but over at the Tamales Bay Oyster Company should be pretty cool, and we'll be able to do a full-on review of that hopefully today, and that'll be fun also. So I love oysters. Georgia, you got to sit still or I'm going to chuck you out the window here. All right? Ooh. It's not your turn to drive yet, okay? Because last time you didn't have both paws on the wheel, right? I have to get you to watch Groundhog Day again to watch Phil drive, Phil the Groundhog, right? Georgia, are you happy, boy? He's so happy. One thing we got to do for the future, I thought Missy Jen would pick it up, but we still have to. I think it's a dog restraint that actually will go on her seatbelt. So it'll actually be attached to her seatbelt. So in case we have a forward accident, that George won't go hurtling through the window. So we still have to do that. That's for, this is why it's good to have these shakedown adventures, because you remember some of the things that you need to do and some of the things that you need to prep for. So it's 69 degrees here in town. I think it's probably going to be 59. I'll just throw my sweatshirt on if I need it. Dress in layers is the key here. It's going to be hot in town here today, but it should be very comfortable for our trip. So we got about 60% gas level here. Go 200 miles. It's the beauty of this thing. I think I haven't even filled it up one time. I think I put $10 in or something.
Yeah,
Last week, $10 brought it all the way back to 3/4. So this thing is a miser on fuel, which is a great thing. Fasten your seatbelts and yeah, ring the bell if there's something we can do to make your flight more comfortable. Ooh, good morning, babies.
We will not serve any drinks, nor cookies, nor chocolate.
These are alcohol-free expeditions, okay? Safeway, and we are on our way. I'm really getting used. I gotta be careful. I got somebody backing up. I'm getting used to using the mirrors. Of course, I have two enormous blind spots on this rig, which is okay. I'd rather have stealth than to have windows, a lot of extra windows and stuff. So the mirrors kind of help me to see what's behind me, and I do have nice windows behind too. I'm just getting used to it. So we are on our way once again, right? George is all excited. Georgie might take me to the beach. those of you who are my age, old birds, will probably remember back in the 1970s, the mid-70s, there were these French artists. They were called Cristo and Jeanne Claude. And what they did was take a cloth fence about 3 feet high and run it 24.5 miles over hill and dale from the Sonoma coast of Bodega all the way into almost the town of Cotati, 24.5 miles. It was called the Running Fence. It was controversial. It made the cover of, I think it made the cover of National Geographic back then. And this marked one of the places where they commemorate it, and it's also the home of a one-room schoolhouse, the old Watson School District. And what's interesting about this is that this school ran from 1856 to 1976, if you can believe it. So they've kind of got it propped up a little bit, but we're not going to be able to see inside. I might be able to raise this stick to get a little peek for you guys, but isn't that amazing? And I came over here and I was reading this sign, and it's amazing what this couple went through. I wonder why they picked this place, because there were all kinds of legal hurdles that they had to run through to get this approved. So this was this fence ran on September 10th, 1876, and they put up this little site to commemorate, but it's not really too good of a picture in there. It's behind this glass that could use a plexiglass. But it's interesting. That's kind of how the fence ran through there. Actually 18 feet high, 24.5 miles long, the running fence. It's interesting. It took 42 months of collaborative effort with ranch owners, 18 public hearings, 3 sessions at Superior Court, an environmental impact report, and the temporary use of the hills, sky, and the ocean. That to me is just absolutely astounding that they were willing to go through all of that to create art. All right, worth a little stop. I've always wanted to kind of stop here